What to do in Halifax, Nova Scotia. The capital of Nova Scotia, the seaside city of Halifax, lies on a huge harbour of the same name and is an important economic and cultural centre for Atlantic Canada. Besides delving into the city's seafaring past, you can also explore the peninsula's parks and gardens, excellent art galleries and beautiful old buildings. 10. Art Gallery of Nova Scotia. Another of the city's standout sites is the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia, situated a stone's throw from the waterfront in downtown Halifax. Now located in Dominion Building, the museum was opened in 1908 with further floors to be found in the adjacent Provincial Building. While its collection of 18,000 photos, paintings and sculptures mainly focus on local Nova Scotian and Canadian artists, its exhibits also include plenty of works by international artists. Its galleries house more than 50 works by the folk artist Maud Lewis, as well as artworks by several First Nations artists. 9. Discovery Centre. Full of incredible exhibits and interactive experiences and activities, the Discovery Centre is sure to educate and entertain both adults and children alike. Since opening in 1990, the Science Museum has stimulated an interest in science and technology for countless generations of locals and tourists. The state-of-the-art center also has exciting experiments and science shows for visitors to watch which explain and highlight how the world works. 8. Point Pleasant Park. Occupying the southernmost tip of the Halifax Peninsula is Point Pleasant Park, which lies just 10 minutes' drive from the city center. Besides boasting some interesting historic sites, it also has great outdoor activities to try and commanding views out over Halifax Harbour. Once home to numerous batteries, the park now has 30 or so kilometers of trails to hike, run or cycle along amidst its verdant forests. 7. Halifax Harbour Ferry. When in town, a great thing to do in Halifax is go for a ride on the Harbour Ferry, which is the longest-running ferry service in North America. Since 1752, boats have ferried both passengers and goods across the massive expanse of water, with trips from Halifax to Dartmouth now only taking 15 minutes. On the way, you can enjoy divine views of Halifax Harbour and snap photos of the city's scenic shores and skyline. 6. Halifax Central Library. As it boasts some of the most attractive and unique architecture in the city, Halifax Central Library is certainly worth stopping by. Since opening in 2014, the library has been a firm favorite with both locals and tourists alike and regularly hosts talks, cultural events and shows. Besides its huge collection of books, it also has art installations and an auditorium on offer alongside cozy cafes and community rooms. 5. Canadian Museum of Immigration at Pier 21. Situated on the Halifax waterfront is the Canadian Museum of Immigration at Pier 21, one of the nation's most important museums. As over 1 million immigrants passed through the former ocean liner terminal between 1928 and 1971, it is often compared to Ellis Island in the States. The museum is also home to a moving memorial and a lovely wall of service, honor and tribute to all those who contributed to Canada as a nation. 4. Maritime Museum of the Atlantic. Looking out over Halifax Harbour is the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic, which offers a fascinating look into the city's seafaring heritage and culture. One of the most popular places to visit in town, it has a huge collection of over 30,000 items to explore, with its artifacts and exhibits relating to the sinking of the RMS Titanic being one of its main attractions. 3. Halifax Citadel. Set in the center of the city is the star-shaped Halifax Citadel, which looms over downtown from atop of its prominent hilltop. Such is its strategic position that 4 forts have been built in the same spot since 1749, with the current citadel having been completed in 1856. Besides wandering around the grounds and fortifications of the National Historic Site, visitors can also stop by its on-site Army Museum. 2. Halifax Public Gardens. Just to the southwest of the Citadel, you can find the Halifax Public Gardens, which were first opened in 1875. One of the finest Victorian-era gardens in North America, its gorgeous grounds have paths and ponds to amble past with flower beds, fountains, and sculptures also dotted about. Due to its scenic splendor, the gardens are a very popular place to picnic or take wedding and prom photos. 1. Waterfront Boardwalk. The undoubted highlight of any visit to Halifax is going for a stroll along the waterfront boardwalk, home to most of the city's main sites. The boardwalk stretches 3 kilometers in total, and as well as historic buildings and heritage vessels, has museums, markets and monuments to visit.